here's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Set.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game. Or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
They run with a second-round pick from Iowa State. This is Breece Hall. And he'll have a Jets first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper. And this, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
C.J. Mosley, the former Raven, in there on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And the Jets D, they call on a couple extra defensive backs on third. Jackson now. Flush to his right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And some room to roam now. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 22, Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 78 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Makes the score Ravens 10, Jets nothing. Justin Tucker in the kickoff.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in coverage. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. again. Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Patrick Queen got in there to stick him. He gets the sack. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Roquan Smith. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Jets, nothing.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 35 yards. And the Ravens are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Big Calais Campbell fighting through to make the play in the backfield.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Charlie.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Well, this might very well have been 4-down territory, but that's not going to matter now. They get a nice throw there on third down, and they're able to keep the drive going.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Now it's Wilson. And check down, complete to Hall. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens 22-yard line.
From the 22, Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. He's got the first down and more than that. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Well, certainly not how they drew it up. A 4th down gamble turns into a 4th down scramble. But all is well. First down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys with much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. Wilson fires quickly for Davis. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Wilson. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Jets get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. He's got a man, complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 2nd half starts with a run by Dobbins. And he's got Rome. Uses the stiff arm. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So you got the lead here in the 2nd half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like it.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Calais Campbell in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Here's Wilson on 3rd down. Caught. It's Wilson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look at each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up. Perfect situation.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. 31 yards. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
Ravens 31, Jets 7. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got to...
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether You keep playing him, let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. 110 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So tack on 3 more, though this, it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner, but at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
At their own 45-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going. And that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
On 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Now Wilson down around his goal line. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Set.
To throw again is Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting them 1st downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Wilson will throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Wilson to Wilson there. Zach to Garrett for a Jet 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Set. Ready.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. There he goes right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And he'll be out right at the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now it's Wilson.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
That's good for a Jet.
There's Wilson to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Okay, great.
Second down at 5.
Now Wilson. He will find Davis on the left side, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
In 2021, Corey Davis made the move from the Tennessee Titans to the New York Jets, but injuries limited to only 9 games. When healthy, though, he had begun to show the promise that made him a top 5 pick.
Hall has it knocked loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Throwing again here, Wilson.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeout.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield.
Okay, ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Pass caught. It's Davis on the crossing route. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On 1st down, Wilson. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
He's got a man complete. Past the 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. People that gotta wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it.